Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Drooks Milan on Boxing. We have another busy boxing weekend. What a December is turning out to be. And on Friday night, tomorrow night, we're moving to the Bell Centre in Montreal, Canada. And I think that's where probably the best matchup of a weekend is taking place. We've got unified WBC IBF World Light Heavyweight Champion Artur Beterbiev defending his title against top contender Marcus Browne. Now, Beterbiev is 16-0 with 16 knockouts. Browne is 22-1 with 16 knockouts. His only defeat came as a technical decision loss in an 8-round technical decision in a big upset to a veteran Jean Pascal. In that fight, he went down a total of 3 times, and that made Pascal win the fight on the cards when they had to stop it due to an accidental headbutt. Since then, he's back in the win column. He scored a shutout over Denis Grachev. Pascal had to pull out of a rematch due to testing positive for PED. But Marcus Browne is one of those guys that in the past I pegged would be pegged to be a world champion. I saw him knock out Monaghan, another undefeated light heavyweight, a couple of years back. He looked very impressive. He's athletic. He's a boxer puncher who's got the speed. He's got some more than decent power, and he's a southpaw to boot. Now, Beterbiev, on the other hand, he's a guy who you can excuse people for thinking that he looks beatable because he's got a basic sort of style. He stands like this with the earmuffs on, like Terry Atlas likes to stay, his hands held high, and he keeps going after his opponent and he keeps punching. His defense is very limited. He hasn't got much head movement or body sway. He's quite rigid, and he blocks and parries with his gloves a little bit, but he takes a few to land a few. But he does keep on punching, and everything hurts. He's heavy-handed. He hasn't got that zap power shot that knocks a guy clean out in the first couple of rounds. But if you take punches and take punches and take punches from him, eventually you fall apart. Pretty much almost like Gennady Golovkin, but he doesn't have, to me, the nuances of skill that Triple G has. But a strong Iron Man from Russia, heavy-handed, good offensive technique, and takes a shot really well. Now, can Marcus Browne spring what I would say is a mild upset if he takes the title from Beterbiev? Yes, I think he would have a chance. I give him an outside chance, but he'll have to be on his P's and Q's. He'll have to box a perfect fight for 12 rounds against Beterbiev. He is the quicker guy. He is a more athletic guy. The southpaw thing I don't think is going to work with Beterbiev. In his last fight against Adam Danis, he fought a southpaw, didn't bother him. And Beterbiev is a guy that you want to see more from. He's already 36. Inactivity has been a bane. But he smashed down Enrico Koeling to win the IBF title. Koeling is a guy we know well in South Africa due to his 2 fights of Reino Liebenberg. And he unified. I picked his opponent, the WBC champion at the time, Alexander Gvozdyk, to beat Beterbiev. But boy, was I wrong. Beterbiev ground him down and eventually stopped him. And since then, he's been treading a bit of water. So I think this is his biggest challenge that he's got in front of him since the Gvozdyk fight. Now, for Marcus Browne to win this fight, he's going to have to up his work rate. He's going to have to be very busy with jab to score points. And he's going to have to hit Beterbiev, which I don't think he will have too much trouble looping shots around the gloves or uppercuts in between. But he's going to have to hurt Beterbiev and get him hurt and put him off his game plan or take him out of it. Now, as I've said, I think Marcus Browne has got power. Has he got enough power to stop Beterbiev? He couldn't. He won every round except the rounds where he got knocked down against Jean Pascal. You know, extra points on the knockdowns got Jean Pascal that technical decision. But he couldn't get Pascal out of it. Pascal is a guy that you can hurt, and especially this late in his career. Couldn't get Pascal out of it. He couldn't get Badu Jack out of there. It was bleeding all over the place in their fight. And those are guys that have good chin, so you can't be too hard on him for that. But, you know, Denis Grachev went the full distance with him. And that's a guy who's sort of a high-level journeyman at this stage of his career. So I don't see how Marcus Browne is going to hurt a guy of such a solid chin such as Beterbiev and take him out of there. So he's going to have to win on points and box well and use his superior athleticism to win and speed to win this fight. Now, Beterbiev, what I've noticed also, he cuts the ring off quite well. You're gonna do okay in the first few rounds. He gets more and more into it as the rounds go by, and you end up on the ropes or in the corners as Adam Danis did, who was also a southpaw, as I mentioned. Now, Browne is a much better fighter than Danis, but what I've noticed about Marcus Browne, the southpaw, he fights this way, so he uses his right jab and then he goes with a left to the body, comes over with a right hook. Once a thing works for him, he likes to repeat it maybe a little bit too much, but that's not the main thing. He's got other punches as well. He can really flurry well on his power and his shots, but he likes to move to his lead side, so he circles to his right. And I've noticed that Beterbiev cuts off that escape route when he fought Adam Danis. And I don't think Marcus Browne is going to be able to circle as much to his right as he wants to. And in some of his fights, when he goes to his left, to his non-lead side, Browne, he looks a bit uncomfortable. I don't think he fights very well when he's moving to his left, his non-lead side, as opposed to circling this way around his opponent. And I think that's going to make it uncomfortable for him against Beterbiev. I think Marcus Browne and Beterbiev is a nice blend of styles, and I think he's going to win some rounds, Marcus Browne. But the way Pascal hurt him with those looping right hands, I think Beterbiev is also going to get to him. I don't think Marcus Browne has got an iron chin necessarily. You can hurt him. Now, Beterbiev is not so unpredictable as Jean Pascal with that awkward rhythm, but he's much fresher, and he does have solid technique, and he does have a variety of punches. And I think at some point, after a few rounds, he's going to start putting the hurt on Marcus Browne, and I think you'll get Marcus Browne out of there somewhere around 9, round 10. I think he will stop Marcus Browne eventually, and what will be a very good fight. He's going to have to go through some adversity to beat Browne, but I'm riding with Beterbiev in the big light heavyweight title fight. I don't think Marcus Browne has got the chin to stay out of trouble for all 12 rounds against Beterbiev while outboxing him. Beterbiev is a good body puncher. I think it'll slow Browne down. So I think Artur Beterbiev stops Marcus Browne late, but it will be a very good fight. And I would recommend tune in Friday night there to see what's going down at the Bell Centre in Canada. Until I see you guys again, please give the channel a like and a subscribe, and remember to keep those hands up.